they're spending $50 to $100, and I'm not lying to you. I could literally name some people that are spending $50 to $100 on OnlyFans per month, being stomped on the ground for it, signing a contract and getting messed over, and knowing that I'm finally free and able to show my potential. Because a lot of people aren't even following this quarantine thing going on. Like, people are still going out like crazy.
Oh,
like,
hell yeah, bro! Like, I see people partying and going to kickbacks and shit, like shows and TV shows. They're spending so much money.
I said, you play MW, huh?
Yeah, I just got back into it. I hadn't been playing until I was watching some videos of like the not ground war. What is it? Warzone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just pretty fire. So I started playing it. Been playing it probably for like 3 weeks now, and I got back into Call of Duty again.
Yeah, I saw you won like yesterday, no?
Yeah, I got 3 wins as a team so far.
3? Damn,
Yeah.
you're more than me. I mean, granted, I haven't been playing that much, but damn. Okay. We gotta get.
Oh, you don't even know, bro. I told you I've been playing since 2010, Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I started in Black Ops 1? I used to play competitive. Like as a kid, like as a way to get out of like trouble and stuff like that, I would always play like competitive and just play like that and just kind of focus on that. And yeah, it took me out for like Black Ops 1 till, well, I mean, not really, but I mean, it took me out eventually, like around MW3s when I really just stopped the whole street thing going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, but like, yeah, I've been playing comp. I think on, you know what Game Battles is?
But by competitive, you mean like with a team and stuff, or what do you mean, or like tournaments, or?
Yeah, I used to compete at LANs and stuff like that. I have my own jerseys and stuff like that. I went under the username Twitch. But yeah, I used to go to tournaments. I think in GB I'm ranked like I'm like a 1K, a 1,000 in the world. So I've been playing a lot. I have trophies. I think in Black Ops 3 is when I earned the most amount of money. I made like around like 3K, 4K. So
wow, that's badass, bro. Because I was actually thinking about maybe starting a team. Not because I'm not that good to like play, but maybe sponsoring or trying to come up with a team or something. So yeah. I really don't know anything about it, but I think that's a good opportunity to like start a business doing that.
Yeah, I mean, if you did want to, there's a lot of the biggest opportunity is definitely obviously like in the AM leagues. Because I think the pro league is like now like is all professional now. It's like big orgs and there's like millions of dollars into it. So
yeah,
it's like more complicated. But
no, well, you got to start small. I'm not trying to compete against like 100 Thieves and all those freaking super pro gamers. Like you,
I don't even. That's the thing. Like it's so. Yeah, I think the thing is like I don't even think 100 Thieves are in the CWL league. Like it was just too much money for them to handle, and I don't think they actually ended up going into it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but you gotta go on.
No, I said I don't really know that much stuff about it. It's just like I'm interested. I like playing the game, and I see how much it's growing, and it's just gonna keep growing over time. Especially since little kids, that's how they play and just watch Twitch and all that.
Yeah, no, yeah, but this is the beautiful thing about comp is like even an AM team could be like a pro league team. You know what I mean? It's just like all about comp. Like the thing that I liked about when I played comp back in the time that kind of took me away is like numbers didn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like as far as like even though this guy had 700K and at the time I had like because I had my own gaming Twitter, I had like 12 followers and I was beating them. You know what I mean? In Search and Destroy tournaments. So it's like that was the beauty of it. That it didn't really matter. Yeah, like a social, like the social like the social media and all those numbers didn't matter at all, and it was just like pretty much in the game, in the moment, who's better, and that's it.
And why did you stop playing?
I really got into music. That's when I started really getting into music, and I still play from time to time. It's cool though because my friend who actually I was in an org with, he was the owner of the org, and I ended up joining the org was Fatal Tactics at the time.
Yeah,
and I ended up like splitting, and I left them for like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, like around there. Like it was a long time, and I come back to play, and I ended up getting in contact with him, and I ended up finding out that he's actually doing the same thing, and he's a really good editor and stuff like that. And he's actually my manager, my director now. So like now that I'm finished with all that ugly contracts and I'm finally free and I'm able to drop music, Things have been things gotten a lot cleaner, but at the same time, not because of quarantine. So it's kind of harder to move and make moves as far as like music videos and stuff like that. But yeah, now like if you could tell, like I don't seem as sad no more or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm finally able to post, and I'm finally able to have my free will and make my art the way I want to make my art.
So
That's why like
what's up with the contracts? What do you mean by like? What do you mean you couldn't release music and all that?
I just wasn't allowed to release like I don't know what the thing was, but if I could have released music and I could have posted, but I would have made zero revenue, not a cent. And it's my fault. I didn't read the contract. I just saw, a dollar sign, and I was like, let's do it. And then you read, and then after I signed the contract, I read it, and I'm like, all right, any money I spent, I got to pay back. So I'm not really spent, you know what I mean? I didn't make any money. So, and then I got sued, and, finally we're all out of that mud. And, we're finally free out of that. But now that I'm able to make stuff, I'm finally dropping a music video, Tummy Tuck. I'm finally dropping that music video next week. That's gonna be really cool. That's also my director, the guy I met from Fiddle Tactics from when I was a kid, from the owner. Yeah, so it's really cool to see like where we were and where we are now.
Yeah.
I even got my you can't really tell in here,
it's
but
red.
I got my red hair. Yeah,
it looks a little red, a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I got
your music video. How many shots was it, and how you shoot it? What was your budget for that?
Yeah, so the thing was, the music video itself, it has so many shots. To be honest, I don't even know, because in total, we probably shot around like this music video was a lot. We probably shot like 800 shots. Like we had to make sure it was perfect. Yeah,
oh my God.
It probably took a course of like 3 months.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and that was just for the shooting. That's not even the editing part.
No, I know the editing.
Yeah.
I know how you feel, bro.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for me, Aspire's doing that. He's the guy that directed Steven Aspire. Shout out to him. But yeah, he's doing that, and yeah, he's gonna make it work. He's pretty much putting that project together. You know what I mean? And I have music that I'm dropping. I'm dropping a lot of music within the next week. I'm probably gonna drop an EP of 5 songs now that I'm finally able to drop. And yeah, just things are finally coming together.
What's the reason that your Instagram, like, why don't you have any content? Like, I saw that you kind of removed all your posts and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there a strategy behind it, or just what was the reason?
Yeah, there's strategy behind it. I'm definitely gonna start doing promotion, especially because a lot of people always like to keep update with me, just because for one, I love my I don't even like to call them fan bases. I like to call it my family. You know what I mean? Because they support me for who I am, even when I was in the label and not being able to drop. And people, still get in those DMs like, "Yo, I still listen to that one song you dropped because I love you as an artist," and stuff like that. It really puts that pressure on me that I need, knowing that I have people supporting me, I have people following me, even if I haven't dropped anything in almost a year and a half. You know what I mean? Like I was stuck in the label, I messed up. And
Tommy Tuck's the last thing you dropped, right?
Yeah. I have a Red Dot freestyle, but even then, it's like I dropped that because I was like, okay, it's a pretty good song for me, but I need to drop something because I can't be dead, even if I'm not going to make revenue off of it. You know what I mean? And it was one of those songs that I was just willing to let go and let out for the people without any money. But right now, it does get harder because right now my only source of income at the moment is music, just because quarantine and shutting down my other job and stuff like that, and it became harder. But at the same time, I like to flip the script a little bit and just make it more of a positive thing. Like, okay, like now I have a reason, I mean, I got my family, and I mean that like my actual family and the people that actually support me. I got, my source of income. I need to make that happen. And I mean, just a storyline of me and Aspire and Steven and stuff like that. Like the fact, like the way we became before and the way we are now, is just a storyline I'm not trying to give up. You know what I mean? It's a cool story, the connections I've made, and yeah, it's something that I for sure want to not let die out. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't get put in the situation, and the fact that I have the amount of supporters that I do after not literally uploading one song in a year and a half, and having the support that I have is like, it mind blows me. Like I get,
That's
when I
pretty
listen to
cool.
bored of an artist because like they don't drop as many songs or stuff like that. And
Yeah.
even the thing that blows my mind is like with the music that I have in the vault now, Tummy Tuck, I could officially say Tummy Tuck is my least favorite song. There's so many songs that I just can't wait to show you guys and just show everybody, because you know,
People are
I
just
mean,
waiting. People are waiting for that.
yeah, and it's just like not even just the fact that I'm dropping music, is just the emotion that I've been put through. You know what I mean? Like the whole the whole situation with quarantine, the whole situation of just being in the contract and just being sued and just pretty much literally kicked down, as pretty much stomped on when I was already on the floor. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it sucks. You know what I mean? Especially from it coming from a area where I was on the street doing, you know, not the best things, to now trying to better my life, and then being stomped on the ground for it, you know, signing a contract and getting messed over, getting sued and all that. And knowing that I'm finally free and able to show my potential that I really have, and truly show what I have to offer, and
Yeah.
having the support behind it is something that, you know what I mean, I just can't, you know what I mean, I can't even wish for that, you know what I mean, it's just too good to be true when it's happening. So
That's
yeah,
pretty
it's
sick, bro.
just
So do you have like a content strategy, a release strategy for like not just releasing the songs? Do you have like things planned
yeah.
out, or how all that's gonna work?
So we have a lot of, well, I don't know when this is gonna be dropped, but I have a lot of teasers that are
Yeah.
gonna be posted throughout. And the reason I cleared my Instagram, I know I got on a little tangent there, is because to be honest, I didn't want anything from my label to be on my um on my page. You know what I mean? I want a fresh start. I want
Yeah.
the things that I post to truly be me. You know what I mean? At the highest quality, of course, but I do want it to be me, and I don't want to be able to ever look back at a photo and be like, damn, that's when I was at my worst time and feeling the worst. You know what I mean, I don't want those emotions, because I really did go through it. You know what I mean? Like there's times where I didn't see a way out,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I mean, just to know that the position I'm in now is it's a blessing, to be honest.
That's pretty sick, bro. Like a lot of people, they would have given up by now if you're not putting out music. Maybe the label, you would have said. A lot of people would have just gave up on their dream and just started working at Walmart or whatever. You know, like that happens to a lot of artists. You just got to keep going, and I think that's dope that you kind of had a, like you say, you were kicked down, you pushed through it, and now you're over here about to drop, and hopefully 2020 starts turning around, because it was
Yeah.
definitely a bad start to the year.
Oh, definitely, definitely, and a lot of sad things that happened throughout 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it flipped for me. I had my, you know, I got out of my contract. I finished with the whole suing situation. I'm able to free myself, and it's kind of weird, and it's kind of weird that a virus, you know, it's a virus, it's something that makes people sick. It's the same scenario as, you know, me just kind of getting out of everything of that pretty much burdened me. And now I'm in a situation where everything's better, but at the same time, the whole world is collapsing in front of us. Um, yeah, I just found that kind of funny that, like, even though bad things are happening, good things are happening to me, and it's kind of just it's just kind of ironic.
No, it's, you gotta turn the negative into positive. Like I feel the same way. Like work slowed down, you know, we're locked down, like you can't go out, you can't have parties, you can't go have fun, you know, but at least we're able to, you know, take the time. And I've been doing more podcasts because of it, like through Zoom. And I've always had the option to do a Zoom podcast. Even the last podcast we did like a year ago, we did it through, was it Skype?
Yeah,
I just never, I don't know, for some reason I was like, I'm not going to have interviews. I want to have like in-person interviews, which are better. And I definitely want to have a podcast with you, like in person, once everything's done. I know we were
yeah.
trying to do it before the quarantine. I dropped the ball on that one, bro.
No, you're good. That's definitely one that's gonna pop out to me, because I'm more of an in person as far as like emotion wise. But
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely get into like my past and stuff like that, because that's definitely something that I truly do want to talk about. I know I don't really bring it up. I just kind of scratch the surface, but just getting into detail and piecing my mind as far as that, that's just something that, like, I definitely want to take the time on, just because it's something that, it just made me who I am today and got me to where I am today. So it's definitely something that, it'd be cool to talk about. Um, but yeah, it's just it's a dark era. You know what I mean? It's a definitely dark era of my life. But look where I'm at now. The sun's shining. So
no, you have a pretty decent following on like your social medias. Which one do you like to use better, Twitter or Instagram, or which one's your favorite?
Twitter. Definitely, the interaction's completely different. On Instagram, I get my likes, my comments. I get a few DMs here and there, like every day, and that's it. Twitter, I could be inactive for a year and my DMs are still popping. People are still liking my tweets. People are still commenting on tweets that are like 20 years old. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and it's just the interaction is definitely different. And plus, the content on there is definitely more light. You know what I mean? Like on Instagram, everyone's trying to be professional, structured, and then on Twitter, most people are just posting whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like someone describes it as Twitter is the only real social media, because social media is supposed to be like interaction within people and sharing your thoughts. And when you go to Twitter, when you go to Instagram and Facebook, like it's curated. You don't want to post every photo. You want to post the best photos. You want to post the best videos, and you don't want to like offend people. But Twitter, man, is just left and right.
Free ball it.
I used to be on Twitter since I think I started in 2011. I didn't really tweet till like 2012, 2013. And then I used to be part of this group called the Collie. It was like an online forum. Like this, my friend hooked me up on that, and it was like just a bunch of trolls, dude. And then they all hopped on Twitter, and then they were just like spam tweeting like different people. Like if some girl would post a thirst trap, they'd lob it to the timeline, and people would just go hard on her and like get our accounts blocked and shit. But the problem with that is right now my account, I'm like close to getting suspended because my account banned. I already got 2 strikes from tweets from like 2012, 2013. Cause I used to talk a lot of shit. Like I never really meant it, but it was just like, you just talk shit. And I was younger. So it's like, fuck. And I'm looking back at some of those tweets. I'm like, how did I even tweet that shit, bro?
I didn't even think of that. No, I feel you. Yeah. I mean, I've had my own fair share of stuff like that. I think my account has 2 strikes too. And I have the following that I have. So it's kind of scary, but I mean, now that I'm just kind of like taking it at a more professional standpoint, and I'm taking my tweets to the point where I'm not even trying to cuss no more. I should be good. You know what I mean? Especially trying to make it more user friendly for anybody, rather than like structuring myself into a certain age group as far as social media goes. The music goes, I can kind of take it to whatever I'm feeling. But
do you ever use TikTok?
I have used TikTok. Do? I fell into the trap. It's addicting.
Oh, it's addicting, bro.
It is something that I could catch myself on for 4 to 5 hours a day. And it doesn't even feel like it. Like it feels like I'm on there for an hour. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on TikTok for a little bit. I'm gonna use it. And then I ended up even posting some stuff. Like I have my own little TikToks. I think I deleted them now, thank God. But it was just something that I definitely found like
I think that should be a good way for you once you start dropping your music and your music videos.
Yeah, you
should make a shitload of TikToks, bro. Like, it's the fastest platform. Like, you grow fast on that. Like, I tried it for a little bit. I made a bunch of TikToks, but I don't know. Like, I kind of stopped because I want to have a different strategy, because I really wasn't even. I was just posting random shit. But I'm talking to somebody tomorrow that dude has like almost 200K on TikTok. And he gives out like strategies on how to grow. So I'm having a podcast with him tomorrow. So I kind of stopped. So I want to know like a strategy before going in, and I'll definitely share it with you, because I think just TikTok's the biggest opportunity. So I'll definitely capitalize on that momentum.
I'm definitely going to tune into that, man. Cause I mean, growing on social media is hard, but TikTok's even harder, because it's not even what you post or anything like that. It's not even, it's more of how you display, and how do you entertain somebody in a short amount of time?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's definitely harder to do. So, just finding out like stuff like that is definitely cool.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I've heard is that you just got to post a shitload of times a day, like at least 5 to 7 times a day. So every time you post TikTok, like some of them might get like 100 views, some of them get 1,000 views. But if you're posting 7 times a day, every day, If you go to some of the biggest accounts like that, those girls are like the most popular ones. They post like 7 times a day. So every tweet, like it might not go viral, but one of them might get 1,000, another one might get 100, another one might get 300, another one might get 1,000. So every time you're getting 2, 3, 4,000 like views into your page. So imagine after 30 days how much views and stuff you're gonna get into your page. So it's just kind of volume, just volume. But it is a commitment though. You do have to just do a lot of like dances and different shit. But that's one thing I want to be doing, but I haven't really committed to it.
The females got it easy though. They can just put a song in the background and just dance to it. They get a bunch of followers.
That's the elephant in the room. Like they grow so fast. A bunch of simps on the internet, bro. That's
100%. 100%. I don't even want to get into that OnlyFans conversation. I'm gonna get toasted on my thoughts on that.
You have an OnlyFans or what?
Well, I'm gonna make my own OnlyFans. Shoot, I see the money being made in there. I have to.
Hey, make an OnlyFans. Remember how you blew up because you had like hand pictures or some shit? Just make an OnlyFans, but only post pictures of your hand, bro.
I was doing OnlyFans before it was OnlyFans. I was selling the pictures and stuff like that, but no, I mean,
I don't like get mad at like OnlyFans because hey, these girls are hustling. If people are willing to pay for that shit, like take advantage of people that are gonna pay for it, so might as well like get some money.
Yeah, no, I as far as a marketing standpoint and making money, go for it. You know what I mean? But as far as like, it's just crazy. It's not that I'm mad at I'm more mad at the guys than the girls. You know, the girls are doing what they need to do. The girls are doing to get a dollar. But to be real and keep it 100, no filter. We got porn. We got other stuff. Like what is it? What is it with this specific website OnlyFans that makes like everybody want it? I mean, I guess it's just off of like a specific girl that they think about. You know what I mean?
Well,
I think it's also,
it's like people you grew up with. I guess that would be the only thing. But then like you find people like on Twitter that have a bunch of followers and people subscribe to their things. Like it makes no sense. But that's kind of been a market for years though. Like because you've always had the free websites, but even on the free websites, they always offer like premium or like live. Like they always advertise the live stuff. So I think they're just like a step closer to like real people, you know, because like even the people that do like porn full time, they're kind of professionals, or at least they're like, you know, like it feels like they're like in another different like section. And OnlyFans, like you find people you went to school with on Twitter, or like random people on Twitter. You're like, oh shit, this person's making content. So I feel like it's more of a like a one-to-one connection. But the only thing that sucks is that OnlyFans wasn't even created for that. It was more like as a second like source of income for people, you know, like Patreon. Have you heard of Patreon? So I have a Patreon account actually. So I post exclusive content for people to sign up. I charge like $1, $5, and like $15. People, I have a couple of like friends signed up to that. So, like behind the scenes content, like a lot of big YouTubers and stuff that have their own like, you could sell merch. You could like post a video before it goes live on like to everyone. You send it to your like patrons first. You send them merch or like stickers. You know, like kind of like these guys are like true fans. You know, so OnlyFans was made for that. But then like girls started getting on it, and then it just became so those. OnlyFans creators that wasn't even doing like rated R stuff, like those people are probably like hurting or hating on this right now.
Oh, 100%. They just got their check finessed. You know, but hey, if it works for them, you know what I mean, I'll never discount a hustle, you know what I mean? No matter what it is, you know what I mean? Everybody got to eat somehow. So
I seen those receipts on Twitter, like girls making like $10,000 and shit. You're like 10,000 just on this.
And the girls with a following are making that in a day.
Oh, dude.
I've seen it. Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm not going to shout any of them out. Hell no. But, I mean, I have some people that I made friends way back, like on Twitter, just social media friends that I knew that they each have their own following. And OnlyFans came out, and then they started posting about that. Obviously, I didn't know them because of OnlyFans. I knew them way before. And now they're bragging and they're showing me that they're making like $300, $400 a day. I'm like, dude, like people that are hustling hella hard are making that in 2 weeks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like in a day, and the fact that all they do is click a button of their body, and obviously there's more to it, and I don't want to bash it, but like comparing it to like an actual job, it's like you guys really did do what you had to do. I mean, you
But
dodged the bullet.
it's also marketing though. Like,
Yeah,
they're just
100%.
marketing the fuck out of it, and then people are somehow start find their pages, like marketing on different social medias, and people just joining up. And I guess the quarantine makes it worse because people are just stuck at home, so all day they're scrolling through your feed, and then they see, oh, this person and this person and this person. It's just crazy. Like, if you're a dude and you have more than, okay, like if you were paying for OnlyFans, that's just pathetic, to be honest. And if you're I bet there's dudes out there that have like 3 or 4 OnlyFans, like signed up to different accounts. Like, that's just so stupid, bro.
Yeah, it just blows my mind. There's people out there that are spending $50 to $100, and I'm not lying to you. I could literally name some people that are spending $50 to $100 on OnlyFans per month.
Oh fuck.
Per month. I'm like, dude, like, and I'm like, okay, like I know these people, I've known them forever. Like, I doubt you're the only one. You know what I mean? I doubt you're the only one spending that much money per month. And it's just crazy that like these bank accounts are making that much money. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me.
You should do it. I feel like you could make some shit with your hands, bro.
Honestly, anything is possible at this point in age, man.
Use that money to promote your music.
Tell me, about to get that Twitter or that Instagram ad on there, huh? But no, yeah, we definitely move in the right direction though. As far as marketing goes, if we take morale out of it,
I think that's the key. The key is marketing. Like, speaking of like marketing, because there's a lot of people that put out good music, or they might have like amazing. They're just so talented at writing and stuff, but it's marketing. Like, if you don't market your music right, I don't think you're doing yourself a service. If you already put in the work, making music, writing like EPs, albums, music videos, doing this, but if you don't have a marketing strategy, I think that's where a lot of artists fail.
No, yeah. Marketing is going to be the downfall of anybody, not even anybody that wants to promote anything. You know what I mean? Somebody who has an okay song could be bigger than somebody who has the best song in the world. And it can just come down to marketing. You know what I mean? It just comes down to, you know what I mean? A song could be the best song in the world, but how will people know if they never find it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. If you don't put it in their faces. Another, like, even TV shows, the Super Bowl, like whatever you want to call it, how many ads do they run, like promoting in months in advance? Like the Grammys, they post a bunch of like videos and billboards, and they spending $5,000 billboards on the freeway. Like, oh, the billboards Sunday at 7, commercials on TV that cost them maybe like $200,000 just to have the commercials. Oh, billboards tonight, like these type of award shows and TV shows, they're spending so much money on social media. Like, when you open TikTok, sometimes I remember when Birds of Prey, the movie, was coming out, there was like on the front cover, it was like every time I opened TikTok, the Birds of Prey movie was right there. So I don't know how many millions they spent to have their ads in front. So all these people spend money because they want people to get there. Like, they don't just release content and hope someone's going to go listen or someone's going to go watch. It's just common sense.
Yeah, and if you promote right, you make your money back and even more. You know what I mean? It's not like you just promote it and that's it. You get your thing out. If you move right and you take the right steps, you definitely should make your money back and more. It just comes down to marketing and the content you put out. That's as simple as it is. It definitely gets more complicated when you get deeper inside. But as far as like the main two things, it just comes down to marketing and the content. And that's hopefully what I'm trying to do for Tummy Tuck. Hopefully, now that I don't have a label behind me and kind of like structuring how I promote and everything like that, now I can make little TikToks when I'm dancing and stuff like that. We got the music video. We got girls that are gonna be dancing at Tummy Tuck. We got girls that are gonna be wearing Sick-Minded merch, announcing it here first. We're gonna have merch. We're getting tees and hoodies and shorts. We dropping all that. And high quality too. So I'm working with a lot of people. I have a lot of artists that I'm working with. I have a lot of designers that I'm working with specifically for the merch too. So it's not going to be any low quality. It's going to be super high quality.
So you have like a whole team with you then?
Not really a team. I just work with a lot of people individually. Yeah, like individually, and I just kind of like I'm trying to piece everything together. But at the moment, as far as like right now, my only team is just me and Aspire, Steven. Like him and I are like the only ones that are really like behind Sick-Minded and Sickseven as myself, and just kind of like trying to make a dream a reality, and it's getting closer. Like it's starting to become closer. Like I have a lot of artists that are hitting me up now.
What's Sick-Minded? What is that? What do you mean by that?
So Sick-Minded is my brand name as far as like, so I have Sickseven, which is my artist name, and then I have Sick-Minded, which is my clothing brand, and it's my brand in general for other stuff. It's just like it started off with like my mentality, my mental issues, and I went through a lot of stuff like depression and stuff like that. As a kid, especially growing up. I'll get more into that when the time is right, because like it really gets deep, and it is something that really brought out things that shouldn't be brought at people. I've seen things that people shouldn't have seen, and I have things that I can't even say on camera. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it really got bad, and it showed me like it's just not like, even though I was in the situations and I played the role right, as if I wanted to be there and stuff like that, because you have to. You know what I mean? Like if you act like you're not gonna be there, your own team's gonna turn on you, and it's just how it is. And it just showed me that that's just not where I want to be. You know what I mean? It's not where I want to be in life. It's not anything like that. And Sick-Minded is a brand that kind of turns my situation into an abstract piece of clothing. You know what I mean? Like it the brand itself has its own definition, and we're gonna make trailers and stuff like that, and like it's gonna have its own thing. And I already have like a whole like marketing plan for it as far as that goes. But it just to put it in simple form, it just pretty much means the issues that like the issues. Oh, my, go on.
No, go ahead, my bad.
Oh, you're good. The issues that somebody goes through, and I'm taking it from a general standpoint. The issues that somebody goes through, and the mentality and the mental problems that occur in somebody's life due to something happening is not something that anybody's experiencing alone. You know what I mean? I remember when when I was going through that, I felt stuff that I felt like only I felt, and I feel like this brand could really bring all those people together who felt alone to not feel alone and not feel any sort of like discomfort or anything like that, because at the end of the day, we're all family. No, even if people don't believe, think in, there's always some sort of separation, and that's gonna always be life. There's always gonna be separation. You know what I mean? Some people like comedy movies, some people like horror movies, some people are racist, some people are not. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be a separation no matter what, and it always comes down to trying to break that and trying to bring everybody together. And the way I want to target it is for people that haven't been in the most up situation and have gone through issues mentally, and just kind of bring them together and pretty much flip that around. You know what I mean? And make
like a
Sick-Minded what it is.
Have a community or somewhere where someone doesn't feel alone. You know, like a collective. You know.
Yeah.
I think. Or show them that there's more to it too. They're not alone, kind of like other people are going through it.
Yeah, and it definitely targets the whole I like to call it mental problems and not mental disorders or anything like that, because it's a problem. You know what I mean? And with a problem, it can be fixed. I mean, it's not something that's forever. It's not something that's permanent, and it's just something that always it really means a lot to me, knowing like from what I experienced and like where I am now in a better headspace and a better position. It really shows me like it really gives me both sides of the spectrum. So it allows me to move accordingly. You know what I mean, without offending anybody, because I mean, I don't want anybody to get mad.
There's a lot of mental issues. Like a lot of people have mental issues, and even normal like people that never show anything, like because it's hard to talk about that stuff, or even hard to admit it to yourself. Like, oh yeah, I'm going through depression, or I'm going through this. I have this problem. It's really hard to like open up about that. Like I go through it all the time, but I never really talk about it publicly or like whatever. I just kind of keep going. One thing that helps me is like watching motivational videos on YouTube, or like Gary Vee, or like just typing motivational videos. Somehow like that shit just brings me back up, bro. Like, because sometimes you just overthink everything and it's hard, and everybody goes through different types of problems all the time.
Yeah, there's definitely, I mean, for me personally, I went through depression. Right now, I can admit I have anxiety still. Like there's a lot of stuff that that are always going to happen. And I think what matters most is the message goes out that, for one, you're not alone, and two, you're not going to be discriminated or feel a way of where um you're not yourself. Like, it's weird to feel the things that you're feeling, you know what I mean? And I want Sick Minded to show people that you're not alone and you're human, you know what I mean? You're gonna feel you're gonna feel those those things, and it's not bad, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of overcoming it and mentally, um I want to say it's the right way, because I don't want to
Yeah.
get clipped, but
So
I want people to mentally, like, um structure their brain, that to not take it towards defense to themselves. Like, I don't want them to attack themselves for it.
do you feel like your music kind of represents that darker, like mental struggle type of thing, kind of like Billie Eilish? Because I feel like that's why she got so popular too, because her songs dive into like some really dark, deep stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at least for right now, the way I'm kind of laying my music out is, with Tummy Tuck, I released it first because you hear there's high frequencies in that song, and it's really, really active and really, like, um aggressive and really hectic and chaotic, and that's what it was when I first started off, doing the things that I did. As my music's gonna progress, you're gonna notice more of a modern time of me. When Tummy Tuck was recorded, I was definitely still, um, on that. Even a year ago, like, I was in and out and in, out and in, out and in. I was trying to get away from it, but now that I'm clear out of it, the more modern music that's obviously going to be released later is going to show more of a what would you say, like a more modern time of me, like a more present time of me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I like, with my music videos, I like adding, and my music itself, adding more of an abstract feeling to it, like an abstract way of displaying my art, just because I want my music to not be took into one way. You know what I mean? I want it to be
Yeah.
taken in as many ways as possible. And that's the beauty of music and art. You know what I mean? You could interpret it any way you want, and
Yeah.
nobody can tell you anything. And yeah, so I mean, it's definitely dark. It's always going to be dark. I've always been somebody who, for one, always been a horror man, a horror type of guy. Uh, and just my past and stuff like that, it just kind of, it's part of me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just something that for sure is gonna. I'm gonna open some eyes. I'll promise that. I'm definitely gonna open some eyes.
Do you have so like looking at it long term, or you're like trying to release music like every 6 months, 3 months, every year? I mean, or is it too early to kind of think about that?
Well, at the moment, I could, and I know it's a big statement. I could promise I will be dropping at least 2 songs every month for
Mm-hmm.
sure. I'll probably drop more, but for sure already have that done. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm activated again. We're good. Um, no more bad stuff coming from me. I promise.
You
I
taking
know.
this quarantine to write a lot of songs? Like, have you been working on your stuff while you've not been working and like having more free time?
Yeah, I mean, even before that, I was writing, and I have music. It just I wasn't able to release it because of my
Mm-hmm.
label.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, with this quarantine, I really took more time to actually slow myself down and really, like, get inside my head and see um what I was truly feeling and stuff like that. And my more modern songs really have more of emotion and stuff like that. And I think that's what makes my music stand out more now, is because there's definitely more emotion and there's more relatability. Like, a lot of people can relate to everything that that I'm feeling. You know what I mean? It's not emotions or stuff like that that is uncommon to somebody that is going through something. And I like it because it really changes, the vibe, and it kind of takes me out from being just a rapper to an
Mm-hmm.
artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really changes that. And it's just something that I could officially say, like, I'm proud of, and where I am now. And it's kind of good to know that, like, there is an end to that dark side. You know what I mean, there's a finish line. So
that's pretty sick. Yeah, too. I think that's badass because it definitely like you need more songs. Just because, like you say, you took so much time off and you gotta like get your numbers. How's the streaming numbers for Tummy Tuck?
Tummy Tuck. Honestly, I have no idea because Tummy Tuck was released with the label, and even the funny thing is, if you noticed, I disliked my label so much. I did not even promote my own stuff. Because I didn't want to be the way they were trying to portray me. I didn't want the people that saw me to see me as that way. Like it wasn't it just wasn't me. I don't want to do something if I can't have control of my own art. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like somebody painting a picture of something and then handing it to you and say that that's yours, and you don't even like the painting. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't make sense. Like I want myself to be my own thing, and I think I'm gonna upload Tummy Tuck again because it's under my rights. I still have my publishing and stuff like that, and it's definitely gonna be for me. Finally, and I'm gonna finally be able to get my own revenue. It's gonna be harder now because the good thing is I still have the people that follow me from the label, that like follow me because of the label. But now they know it's gonna be me. You know what I mean? They know it's they're gonna get an authentic version of Sickseven. It's not gonna be no more a person that was pretty much a puppet doll for this label and being told what to say and how to say it. So it's cool.
That's sick, bro. Have you? I think last time you said you hadn't done any live performances. You used to haven't done any live performances.
I used to perform. I've performed at clubs and stuff like that. I recently performed at a mansion party. Not like during quarantine, but like I'm talking about like weeks before this quarantine thing actually became a thing.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool because like it's definitely for me personally. I like performing at non-official events. Just because the energy is definitely different. There's definitely people doing crazier stuff. People, doing stuff that definitely can't be done like in a venue. You know what I mean? Like break, like a lot of stuff going crazy. So I think that was like one of my most favorite performances. But I have done one before that. But I mean, it's kind of hard, especially because I don't have that much released music. But I mean, now that I'm out of the label, I'm gonna start performing some unreleased stuff. You know what I mean?
That sounds sick, bro.
Yeah.
You should definitely start hitting up as many as you can, just as many performances, once you have your album ready. Even come out here, bro. In the Coachella Valley, we have a lot of local rappers here. I'm always going to live performances here and recording. If you ever hit me up whenever you have a performance, I'm down to go and like make you a highlight film. I'll record some shit.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, especially because like it's super hard, like without a label now. Like just finding people that like are gonna help you out and promote you, and even like even want to be around you, especially because I'm starting from root zero, except for like social medias and stuff like that. So it truly does mean a lot.
But you're not starting from zero though, because that fan base is already like at least you got something, and
I'm
and you got like, experience.
I'm talking about as far as like content wise, it's like like as far as like what I've released, you know what I mean? Like I don't really have anything to back me up as an artist except for like a song or two, you know what I mean? So but yeah, it's definitely something that's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see when this entire lockdown happens. Now you hear there's like killer bees coming from Asia or some shit.
There's just so much going on, man. And then
the aliens.
Not sure if you heard, the aliens, killer bees. There's riots going on in Huntington Beach. Like,
there's all kinds of protesters. Like, man,
my God, dude. I'm telling you, it gets better for me, and it just gets worse for the community.
It's insane. Like this whole year, and it's kind of crazy because I feel like the first 2 or 3 weeks of quarantine, it was so slow, bro. Everything was just like so slow. Like everything's like, this is getting shut down. You can't do this. We're gonna be locked down for this. And now that we're in May, it's like things are just fast. Like this April went like this. We're already in May. Like by the time we know it's gonna be June, July. Like time is just flying right now.
And it's crazy because I'm pretty sure they're shutting down anything with meat and cheese and stuff like that. So that pretty much cuts fast food out the window now as well, if I'm not mistaken.
What do you mean?
I'm not. Yeah, like I used to work at Little Caesars.
Yeah.
And we just got shut down because of that. I'm not sure if they're shutting them all down immediately, but I know my store got shut down for that reason. And I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know this was happening or anything like that. But it's apparently happening, and I got laid off because of it. So that's why like my whole music thing is what's really carrying me right now. But it's definitely something. It's definitely a time in our lives that's going to go down in a history book for sure. Like it's just too big of an epidemic that's definitely going to be happening. You know what I mean? Like I already see the whole political cartoons going on and stuff like that. So
No, it's definitely gonna go in the history books. Like the country, the entire world was shut down, bro. Like
yeah,
I know like people are like really dying from this, and the world literally shut down. Like I never thought I would see something like this, and we don't even know. Like we don't know how long this is gonna last. There's people saying that it's 18 months. Like we can't have like large gatherings in 18 months. That some people say we might be by the middle or by the end of May. They'll be lifting restrictions on like restaurants and like non like super contagious places and stuff. And
yeah,
then the last phase or phase 2 is that like restaurants. Phase 3 is like hair salons and like barber shops, things that have like contact with people, you know, like you're touching people's faces and shit. And then phase 4 is like sporting events, so like live audiences, concerts, conferences, sporting events. So we don't know, it could be till 2021. Like that sucks.
and the thing is, that's what it's kind of looking like because a lot of people aren't even following this quarantine thing going on. Like people are still going out like crazy.
Oh
Like I
hell
know,
yeah, bro! Like I see people partying and going to kickbacks and shit. I'm like, really? Like I'm over here at
yeah,
home.
yeah, I know. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? You know what I mean? Like if everyone's just going out, like it doesn't like at least where I live, like over here, and it's funny because like the city I live
Corona.
in right now, Corona.
I was about to say that. I was thinking about that shit, bro.
I was like, this makes like a whole lot of sense, and it's just crazy because like even here in Corona, like a lot. It does like if you look out, like sometimes I have to go with my mom just to go get food and stuff like that. Cause people are crazy, man. Like, people will grab stuff out of your own cart and run with it just because like the quantity of like anything is very limited right now. I remember there's people like my aunt went to go get some stuff and toilet paper, and people like literally like they saw her and they just grabbed all her stuff and just ran. And like
Damn.
it's crazy like how it's getting to now. Like that's why like when I go with my mom and stuff like that, people get like groceries and stuff like that. Like it feels like a regular day. Like there's so many people, the parking lot's packed. Like every time I go, there's at least 20 or 30 people getting out of their cars to go in, and there's another 20, 30 people getting in their cars to go, and it's just a rotation. It just doesn't seem like this epidemic's gonna slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, I feel like we're almost like flattening the curve and about to go down, but I don't know how these protesters is gonna affect it, which is so stupid, bro. Like they're over there protesting, but they're still wearing masks and shit. Like really, like it doesn't. It's like it doesn't, either you believe it or you don't. You know, like why are you doing this? And it's just dumb. Like they're just making it worse. And hopefully they don't get infected. But I feel like if they did, it would be a good lesson. You know, like.
Yeah, no,
Actually real. Like we're not doing this because it's a conspiracy. Like a lot of people are saying like, oh, it's a conspiracy, they're trying to take our rights, but bro, like people are dying, you know. Like it doesn't even matter if it was man-made or it was like a natural cause, you know, whatever, because a lot of people are trying to that's conspiracies that it was man-made or whatever, but it doesn't matter, bro. Like we just got to deal with the facts, and the facts are people are getting sick. So
yeah, and it's just annoying that some of these protesters might get it and not even be affected, but affect people that they come in contact with
exactly.
that aren't even protesting and actually following the rules. So it's frustrating. But at the end of the day, all we could really do is isolate ourselves and try to cut contact completely from even those people protesting in any ways possible. Because at the end of the day, like what you can really protect as a single human,
Yeah.
in a physical way, is just protect your family. I mean, not let anybody go out and just focus on the people around you, because you can't save the whole world by yourself unless you create a vaccine. But like we're not doctors, you know what I mean? Or not.
Yeah, and you gotta control what you can't control, you know. Like also
Yeah.
don't get too down. I know a lot of people don't have jobs right now or whatever, or like they might be going through something, but you can only control what you can't control. Like a lot of things are not up to us, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, we just got to move what we got, and you know what I mean, just kind of try to put ourselves in the best position that we can. There's no there's no right way of doing it, but there's definitely a way that we can do it. Like there's always going to be a way. There's never not a solution for anything. So I think this is just one of these big epidemics, and it's kind of cool that we're living in history, but at the same time it sucks that it's in a negative context. So
yeah. Okay, so anything you want to say before we take off and give your plug, social media, your artist name, everything?
You can follow me on Twitter. It's Sickseven_. You can also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. It's the Sick with 3 Ds, SICKEDDD. And also you can follow my my manager director Aspire is Kid _Aspire, Steven Aspire. He really helps me out. And if anybody honestly wants a music video or anything, edited or anything like that, just hit him up. He's honestly the best unknown person I know. You know what I mean? He's definitely gonna be somebody in the industry if I'm not. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, yeah, just I'll put all the links in the description too, so anyone's listening. So yeah, well, thank you for coming on, and definitely looking forward to your projects next in the next couple of months.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, for real.
All right, bro.
All right, thank you.